Good evening to everyone and welcome to today's session. At last, the exam was over. We did all the needed mistakes which are inevitable. We made all the possible wild guesses. Some of the stones went very well and we were right. And there are a lot of things that we predicted they will come and they have come. Contraception, apoptosis, Gentleman and Liddle syndrome. So while solving the paper, I don't know how you experienced. It was like looking at our own mock test kind of a paper is a feeling that we had. And lot of questions were except based. So I will please give the mic. We are missing a very good that's right. So the point is, entrance this time had high yield topics, but if you have the basic knowledge, you can guess. I'll tell you the correct analysis of the paper. $1 million question sitting in our mind is, what will be the top mark? What is a safe score? Every year we are in the same job. So I will tell you the logic behind. Guntur, Kakinada, Vijayawada, Tirupati, all the students across the state, we welcome. I hope the voice is loud and clear. There are easy MCQs, everyone can answer. Who has prepared seriously for entrance? How many such questions were there? 125 MCQs. I'll debate with you. You don't agree that it is not 125, but I will show you what are those 125. Don't worry. Common sense, guesswork, little bit of talent. In my opinion, there is nothing that is existent called talent. Given an opportunity, everyone can crack entrance. But still, considering that fictitious term called talent exists, common sense, guess and talent, there were 50 MCQs. There were 3 MCQs where multiple answers were there. Those questions examiner is going to award marks to everybody. But there are 22 MCQs impossible to crack where luck factor is required. That is the summary of our APPG 2014. Out of that 125 questions, every serious aspirant supposed to answer, 90% of that 125 you should score. You have no choice. 113 you should get from there. It is like a parliament number of seats in order to win the government. 70% of those common sense guesswork, no, we say distinction score in medical college. 70% means you are a outstanding student, so called. So the theory exams are a big bias. 70% of the 50, 35 marks should come. Then luck is needed, no? The luck itself is a probability. That means if you are 50% chance of being lucky, you have 50% chance of being unlucky. So that is equal for everybody. So 50% of these 22 MCQs will typically constitute 11 marks and 3 are anyway going to be awarded to everybody. So 113, 35 plus 11 plus 3 is 162. 162, 3 marks here and there. Between 160 to 165 this time the top mark should be there. That's my more than 1.5 decade of experience with APPG, right? Now, what is the safe score? Any time in the state MD entrance, you crossed 145 marks. You are within the first 500 ranks. So that is the reason. If you are able to score 150 Celebrate. Celebrate. You are getting less than 120. Don't worry. From March 10th, we are once more back to the same job. So, the guardian of a burial guard and a guru in coaching center will have the job, the same job doing every day. So, we continue to prepare with you, you also prepare. You are between 120 to 150. Then pray God. Whatever that you can offer to him, it can be jaggery, it can be coconuts, anything you can try. So let us see what are those 125 MCQs achievable by anybody who took coaching, bleaching, no coaching, self-preparation, whatever it is. Let us see. Ransom scoring system. You might have collapsed in the exam hall looking that this question also came in entrance. Did it come? Pantry ladies. Even a LKG kid going for a spelling test can be able to answer this question. Right? Shower number 1. You all agree? If you disagree that my classification is wrong, you tell me. I love to debate that. Case fatality is an indicator of. You failed in SPM also in MBBS, you can answer this question. That it is an indicator of the severity. Kellogg's triangle contains. If you know liver is on right side, spleen is on left side, you can answer this question. Anybody answered wrong among you? So, if you answered wrong, please tell me, I will give free coaching. That means if you already took coaching with us, even a question be answered wrong kare to, but in this question, if you want to take a revenge on your other friends, you can fight on one point about this question. If you go into deeper literature, aberrant right hepatic artery is also a constituent of Kellogg's triangle. Then you can go and contest cystic artery is not only even right hepatic artery, but actually you might have answered left hepatic artery. That's a different story. But if you want to fight for one MCQ, you can say that right hepatic artery aberrant form also will pass through Kellogg's triangle is what you can be able to contest in the exam. I hope online students are all loud and clear, the voice. If you are not loud and clear, please punch if there is any voice and video lag over. Alright, doctor. Now, hemolytic jaundice, basic question which our pathology teacher taught that from liver, bile passes into intestine, from intestine it gets absorbed and ultimately goes to urine, which are conjugated, unconjugated bilirubins. So in hemolytic jaundice, since the unconjugated bilirubin cannot be able to enter into the urine, you don't have the coloration of the urine, which is a differentiator between conjugated and unconjugated hyperbilirubinemias. Don't you agree? It's an easy question. It has to be. It has to be. Now, what are the other 125 questions we are talking, which are achievable by anybody who attended our mock tests? Which phase of the ventricular diastole coincides with atrial systole? Hundreds of times on the same floor, reminding you that the atrium is like a fat, lazy husband. He doesn't drop the children in the school. Wife has to shout that please wake up. So the filling of the ventricle is not because of the atrial contraction during the first 2/3. First 1/3 क्यों होता है? Ventricular filling. The moment AV valves open, atrium is fully pregnant with blood. High pressure. Ventricle isovolumic relaxation के वजह से उसके अंदर pressure कम हो गया. This difference will drive the rapid filling. First rapid filling it is called. Second 1/3 of ventricular filling is because atria upar hai, ventricle niche hai, cabinet minister will tell the state minister what to do. Third 1/3 mein atrium contracts and fills the ventricle. That's the reason those people who have ventricular hypertrophy, lack of compliance of ventricle, like those who have hypertension. This last 1/3 when atrium is contracting, ventricle is not ready to stretch it. Then you listen fourth heart sound, right? So this is many times in our mock test we discussed. Still you can't afford to say that, oh, this is a difficult question. It is not difficult question. We have released the high yield topic booklet, 1200 high yield topics. We said 5 marks only in physiology, you will not get time to prepare for physiology. But 60 topics we gave in descending order. Usme se top 20 topics padh ke jana. You will find the same. This is a very high yield topic. There is no way that you can do wrong. Nephron physiology, doctor. If you remember the high yield topic booklet which we have given you, highest number of questions in physiology abhi tak इतिहास में नेफ्रॉन फिजियोलॉजी नहीं पढ़ के कोई एग्जाम को जाए तो he is not a student for this exam. Maybe he can be a topper next exam. Last exam's performance has no bearing with the future entrance performances. So if you are having colloid osmotic pressure in the glomerular capillaries, what is colloid osmotic pressure? It is the possessiveness of the plasma to hold the plasma, to not let the plasma to leave the vessel, is the oncotic pressure. So if the pressure in the oncotic pressure is high, plasma colloid oncotic pressure is high, it won't let the plasma to filter. So that's the reason the net filtration pressure, what factors decide, which are opposing and which are proposing factors, you need to be very, very sure about. Okay, doctor. Now, this is a simple question on hemi section of the spinal cord of the brown sequence. If anybody wrongly answered, I know where they might have wrongly answered. Shall I tell what is the wrong answer? Huh? Hyperesthesia you doubted? What did you doubt? Contralateral loss of? That's right. University key, are doctor, university key is contestable, no. Already released, कब release हुआ? 3 o'clock को release हो गया ना. अरे इसलिए आपका भीड़ इतना कम है. सोच रहे कि no way, you can contest, you can go to Supreme Court also. No problem. B cannot be loss of touch and pressure below the level of the lesion because dorsal columns are involved. Right, doctor? No way. Entire yesterday night we had been sitting and preparing the paper. Had a good sleep in the early morning till 7 o'clock. Ultimately, settling the paper is the issue. Okay, that's good. Is the video clear? Krishnamani, Vizag and Arundhati are saying video interrupted. Please check. Please check whether the video is loud and clear. Please punch it. Ask call to Vizag guys. No way, doctor. The answer should be ipsilateral. It should be contralateral loss is what need to be remembered. Now, okay, all right. Now, you all agree? Proline is the amino acid. In this first 11 questions, is there any question university and we deferred? Only one question, no? Maybe it can be typing error that can happen. Now, doctor, Huntington's chorea, trinucleotide, repeat. Even a LKG boy will answer it correctly, right? Then, methotrexate and it being an antagonist of the dihydrofolate reductase is also a very well known fact, easy to achieve. Then One question on porphyria. Every time we had been pleading you to review the topic. So basically acute intermittent porphyria is a interruption between conversion of porphobilinogen into hydroxymethylbilin. So there is a reason porphobilinogen is the one which basically accumulates in the urine. Now doctor, Wernicke-Korsakoff, transketolase, what is the highest number of questions come biochemistry mein? Vitamins in the list given to you. So definitely one question will come, accordingly examiner gave it. Tachyphylaxis, one question on pharmacokinetics and dynamics, definitely is the high yielding topic. So it is the drug tolerance which is true. One question on anti-diabetic drugs definitely will be asked. So insulin sensitizer, rosiglitazone, pioglitazone, thiazolidine, diones are the ones which are responsible for reversing insulin resistance. Now what are the effects of estradiol? We all know women before menopause don't have osteoporosis because it decreases the bone resorption. Easy question. सोचने की भी बात नहीं है. तो 125 तो आना है, 125 स्कोर तो जरूर आना चाहिए. मिनिमम क्वालिफाइंग मार्क इन दिस एंट्रेंस. Now doctor, hypolipidemic drugs, every time we kept saying hypolipidemic drugs and familial hyperlipoproteinemias, no paper. इतना अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, मगर एग्जामिनर वांटेड टू नो स्टैटिन क्या होता है, जमफिब्रिजिल क्या होता है, ट्राइग्लिसराइड क्या होगा और कोलेस्ट्रॉल क्या होगा, उसके फर्क क्या होगा. दैट्स कॉल्ड एंट्रेंस एग्जाम. यू विल हैव डेफिनेटली इजी पार्ट. Doxycycline, we don't know. Doxycycline, cefoperazone, ceftriaxone, cefaclor, there are a group of drugs which do not need any alteration in the renal failure. Many times we discuss this point, no way that you can do a mistake. This is a straight same question 2-3 weeks back we had in our mock test. Enteroinvasive E. coli and Sereni's test where you instill into the conjunctiva and look for the toxicity is a very well known question. In microbiology what is the deal? Streptococcus is highest number of questions. HIV जरूर आएगा, उसका structural protein के बिना question नहीं होगा. You will remember me in exam hall. Accordingly examiner wanted you to remember me. So doctor, you must be quite sure gag, tag, pole. These are all gag, pole, env. One minute. Env, pole and gag. We have env, pole and gag. Sorry, just to change it. I mean, it's a question of typing error. Correct answer is C. So that list you must be quite sure about. What are the various VIF, VIR, VEF, so many things are there. NEF, all right. What is a super antigen? Anybody got attracted to Panton? Kyun beta? Shamim. If Shamim did not confuse means impossible that anybody will confuse. So you must be quite sure. TSSST. Agreed? Then very basic question. Leukemia cancer hota ya nahi hota, waisa question hai ye. So myeloproliferative disorders doesn't include AML but CML. CML, essential thrombocytosis, myelofibrosis with myeloid metaplasia, they are all basically included. Now doctor, without glomerulonephritis, question paper hota kya? Nahi hoga. There is our deal. Minimal change disease, one of the easiest question. Apoptosis में pro and anti-apoptotic factors you must definitely know when you go to entrance. So what are the BACs? BAC, BAD are all pro-apoptotic. BCLX, BCL2 are anti-apoptotic. You have to be 100% sure. Without apoptosis there is no question paper. Who said this question paper is tough? Those who answered more number of wrongs. So the point is this 125 you have to doctor. ये 125 correct होने के बाद remaining questions 75 में मैंने बताया ना, वहां आप रॉन्ग गए तो नो प्रॉब्लम, मगर 125 में रॉन्ग हुए तो गम पार्टी मनाने की अक्सर हो गया. So you need to celebrate the tragedy party. Now, which will never develop after, we told many times in our regular class, elderly person just went for getting his complete blood picture investigated and found to have smudge cells in the peripheral smear. That's how is CLL. CLL doesn't have a predisposition from radiation. AML, ALL. I think I wrongly placed this question in 125 compulsory right answers. This should go into guesswork. I too felt. But many times we discuss CLL. When you attended coaching with us, how will you do wrong? You should not. Jamaica necrosis is coagulative. First year pathology student also will know that. Trilateral retinoblastoma is pinealoblastoma. Common question at entry level before you go to Kaun Banega PG Pati competition. Then abortion MTP is a very important topic. 12 weeks duration. Below 12 weeks and 12 to 20. They are the two different recommendations. So this is one question you can't afford to do wrong when you are going for the exam. Okay. Now, previous question. Sorry, this is not, see, once more. While typing the answer, almost at early morning 3 o'clock we are working like a newspaper office on what is the answer. So the correct answer is 12 weeks. In explanation we have everything. एक कोकेन, एक marijuana, एक hashish नहीं पी के एग्जाम देते क्या? So substance abuse is a common topic for forensic, psychiatry, pharmacology, so many areas. So it is a classical case of chronic cocaine poisoning. Dipsomania, दुनिया वालों माफ करना हम नशे में हैं. So it is a irresistible desire and urge to drink alcohol is dipsomania. Last 100 pages of the Park textbook नहीं पढ़ के entrance को जाए तो it is like not knowing how to come out of Padma Vyuha. So doctor, the longest path in a network is always the critical path. These questions, take it as my word. Those who are in the top 100 ranks, अगर इसमें 10% ओके एक्सेप्शन, कहीं मन उलझन में इधर उधर चले गए और नहीं जाना है एक्चुअली. So and you answered 3-4 questions wrong in this 125 list. Pardonable, but not if you answered 15-20 wrong गए तो इसमें non-excusable, non-bailable situation. But luckily, don't depend on luck. Luck is 50-50 for anybody. The guess मारने वाले questions है ना, अगर उसमें आप compensate करें तो जहां जो खो रहे हैं, then still you may go to parliament. So that's a question. Now doctor, a question on, yeah,